Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a pumpkin spice latte and I thought we'd do a full face of nothing new. I've pulled out some products that I've not used in a while and I thought we'd do some kind of pumpkin spice latte inspired makeup. So this is actually only my second pumpkin spice of the year, so I've been very good. But let's just get into it. So I'm going to start out with a little bit of moisturiser. This is just the moisturiser I use every day. And then for primer, I've pulled out this, which is the Indeed Labs Nano Blur Primer. I used to really like this one. I've not used it in forever. It basically just smooths the skin out a little bit. It's not particularly designed to be a primer, but I think it works really nicely as a primer. I also like the one that's pink. This is like the orange one. I can't remember what the pink one is called, but the pink one's like a more hydrating kind of product. But I thought today it'd be nice if we did a little blurring. Brian the Spot has finally left us, and we've just got a few little blemishes instead of the one big one. So let's just pop a little headband on. Before I get into anything as well, these earrings are from the Clay Drop. They're absolutely gorgeous. I love them and I love the colours. I think they were perfect for this kind of autumnal look. So the palette I pulled out today is the Lois Cosmetics Meet Me in the Underworld palette. This is what this one looks like. I haven't used this one in ages and I thought it would be really nice for this kind of look. So I'm just going to pop on some eyeshadow primer. We're going to use Too Faced Shadow Insurance because it's my fave. I did pull out my Urban Decay Primer Potion, but that has died and gone to makeup heaven. Unfortunately, there is absolutely nothing left in it. So I'm going to do quite a smoky look today. I think we might do a halo eye because I've pulled out a couple of shades of Disco Blush that I thought would work really nicely that I haven't used in ages. So we're going to start out with Myth, which is the transition shade in the palette, and I'm literally just going to pull this one through the crease on a big fluffy brush. This is a Morphe M504. Absolutely love this palette. Again, it's from a UK indie brand. You know, I love showcasing a good UK indie brand on my channel. They haven't actually brought anything out for a while. So I am hoping that they are still sort of around. But this is a really pretty palette and one I know a lot of people do already own because it was so hyped up when it first came out. I mean, the artwork on it is just, it's absolutely stunning. It's so beautifully designed. It's just a great autumnal palette. I sort of wanted to go pumpkin spice but didn't want to go too orange. So I feel like that's what everybody does. So I thought we'd do something kind of warmer and burgundy with like the pop of the glittery orange almost. So just taking that shade Myth through the crease. Just so we've got something to work into. Did also pull out one of my Danessa Myricks colourfix mattes. This is the shade Real Love, which is like a really deep burgundy. So we're going to use that on the outer corners and then pack the burgundy shadow on top. So I'm just going to deepen up the crease a little bit before we go in with the colourfix. I'm going to use the shade Melody, which is a lovely like medium kind of orangey red brown. Just going to build up the crease a little bit with that, just so that there's something a little bit in the middle, just so there's a little bit of something there. And then we're going to take our colourfix. I'm going to use a flat brush. This is a Spectrum A18. Just going to squeeze a little bit of this out onto my hand. You really don't need a lot of these. They're very, very, very pigmented. This one also makes a beautiful blush if you're super careful with it. Otherwise, it is incredibly dark. You literally need the tiniest bit if you're going to use it as blush, because it's literally like a proper true kind of blood red shade. So we're just going to pack this on the outer corner And then I'm going to pack a little bit on the inner corner as well. And then we're going to take that big fluffy brush back in with Myth, and we're just going to blend the edges of that out before it really, really sets, which happens pretty damn quickly, to be fair. Okay, we're going to do the same on the other eye. As you can see, like, I've barely used anything that I put on my hand there. You need the tiniest amount of these products. They are just so pigmented and beautiful. Aren't the easiest products to work with in the world because they are so high pigment, but once you kind of get the hang of working with them, they're really beautiful. Just going to pack it on like we did the other eye. I'm going to blend with Myth. I'm going to put some deeper shadow on top, so we will blend it a bit more in a second. Okay, and then we're going to take that little brush again, and we're going to go in with Tragic Love, which is like a deep red shade. We're just going to pack that on top of the colourfix, just so we've got something to blend into everything else there. Just gives us a little bit more of a kind of seamless blend there. And even though these colourfix really don't need setting, I always like to set just to be 100% sure. And then we're just going to go in with a mix of Myth and Melody on this small brush. And we're going to really, really, really blend that outer corner out. This is the one thing with these, like, obviously because they stick once they set down, if you don't like do the blending immediately, you do need a shadow that is sort of similar to it just to help with the blend and make sure it looks like not like really rough. And then we're just going to go around everything with Myth. As I said in my Cosmic Brushes video, with the Gothic palette, this is kind of my favourite way to smoke everything out at the moment. I do all the blending and then I go around with a really big fluffy brush and really kind of blend it out. I don't know which blush to use. We've got Watch Your Mouth and then we've got Warm Soul. So let's swatch them. Warm Soul's a bit more kind of duochrome-y. It's got a bit more of that red to it, so maybe we'll do that one because it'll pull in the red. But then Watch Your Mouth is like a more like true gold shade. So that's what those two look like. So the top one is Warm Soul and the bottom one is Watch Your Mouth. So I think I am going to go Warm Soul. I feel like that fits the pumpkin spice theme just a little bit better. So we're just going to kind of put a blob out on my hand. Just going to use that same brush with the other side that we didn't use, but this will just also give it a bit of depth. And we're just going to pack it on the lid in the middle of the two burgundy shades. I love a blush disco lights, but I don't always use them because I find for me they do crease a little bit. So I tend to stick to using them for a halo eye rather than using them kind of all over the lid like a lot of people do. I'm just going to pick up a little bit more because when in Rome, cover yourself in glitter. This is also my preferred way of building these up. I find if you don't let the first layer dry, your second layer just moves it about. So that is always my kind of game plan with these. Just kind of round it at the top so it follows the shape of the lid. And then I think we probably will go in with Watch Your Mouth in the inner corners once we've done our base. Just going to do one last little bit of blend in there. Right, okay, foundation wise, I've pulled out the Makeup Forever Reboot. I've just not used this one in a while because if I've been reaching for Makeup Forever, I've been using the HD foundation. I have finally pulled myself out a fresh sponge, but I have used these before. They're the Made by Mitchell ones. So we're just going to do a couple of pumps for now. I do remember liking this foundation, but I can't exactly remember what it looked like on the skin. I think from this it's just like a kind of satiny finish, which I think is probably why I've not really touched it lately. Absolutely hate using a new sponge. I'm like, it's ruined. I did think about buying the black beauty blenders, but I was like, they're just going to look even worse. Okay, let's just pop a little bit more coverage on my cheeks. It is, I don't want to say a sheer, but it's like a light medium coverage. I do know it does build up, sorry, quite nicely. So I'm just going to pop some more coverage on my cheeks. I've pulled out the Fenty Bright Eye Fix in Rose Quartz. This is the lightest shade that they do. I don't know why I've not been using this, considering I'm obsessed with a pink under eye right now. This is like ever so slightly pink. But my favourite thing about it is it's very, very light. And there's not a lot of concealers that are light enough and pink enough for me. Like, I've only just recently found Too Faced Sugar in their Eternal Light concealers, but like their lightest shade in the Born This Way is too yellow for me. So I love that one because it is kind of the right amount of pink for me. And back in with the sponge. Just going to try and tidy up these edges as best as I can as well. As you can see, it's just a really nice pink tone. Okay, I did also pull out the MAC Fix Plus. This is the shiny one in pink light. I feel like it doesn't matter how you shake it, there's always bits on the bottom. But it's basically like the Iconic mix. It's just like a luminous pinky setting spray. Spray. It's not really setting. I absolutely doused myself in that. While I'm waiting for my face to dry, I've pulled out these are the Lime Crime Bushy Brows. This is the pen, and then I've also got the brow gel. If you saw my Cosmic Brushes video, you'll know I shaved the ends of my eyebrows off. So I thought the pen would be good for drawing them back on, and I've not used it in a while. I actually really like this formula. The only thing with Lime Crime is I'm a bit like, because obviously they released that news about them changing the prices, like, because they were managing, now they're on a bigger scale to get things cheaper because they're ordering more, and in the UK it never happened. I don't know whether it happened in the US, but I was like, it's just left a bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. I'd have been perfectly happy to continue to pay what I was paying for their products before, but when they came out and said that, I was like, just a bit icky in my eyes. But I do really like both these products. The Bushy Brows gel's got a tiny spoolie, and I love the kind of precision that you can get with it. Okay, right, let's do a little bit of powder. I've pulled out Laura Mercier Translucent, because you all know I've been obsessed with pink powder lately and haven't used any normal powder in forever. I do find this one is better applied with a brush, to be honest. So I'm just going to use my Big Real Techniques brush. This was from one of their limited collections, but they pretty much bring this brush out in every kind of packaging they do. This one's pink and sparkly. So my mum actually got me these. She was like, when I saw them, I had to. So we're just going to set that under eye a little bit. Not too much. Feels weird using a powder that isn't pink, quite frankly. I'm definitely a pink powder girl. and just a little on the chin as well. Otherwise, I'm actually going to go in with that same brush. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte bronzer in light medium. This is a really nice kind of budget option. I was going to pull out the Maybelline City Bronzers, but the packaging is so broken and I knew I'd be filming this one at Sam's, so I didn't really want to risk bringing them with me, so I pulled out this one instead. But it's a really, really nice bronzer. I just wish they did like a light, a medium and a dark, because for me this just needs a little bit more pigment personally. Whereas I feel like for somebody who likes a lighter bronzer, this might be a bit too heavy. But I find I have to really, really build it up to get kind of as much bronziness as I like. Which is probably too much, but there you go. I forgot about this MAC spray. It has literally covered me in shimmery pink. This is one, unless you like being shimmery pink, I don't really love this one. I think that's why it ended up at the back of my collection. I'm going to use a bit of cream blush. This is NYX Sweet Cheeks in Nude'tude. I feel like this is a perfect one for this look, because it's nice and neutral. Though part of me wants to mix in some of that Danessa Myricks, but I'm not going to. I'm going to restrain myself, which is new for me. We're going in with a Give Me Glow G972, best blush brush at the moment. I love it for both powder and cream. We're just going to tap that in. I think this shade is so pretty. And then we are going to set with a little powder blush. I pulled out MAC Warm Soul. This is the newer version of Warm Soul, which is different to the older version, but I do also like this one. Okay, and for highlighter, I've pulled out a Ofra one. This one is Pillow Talk, which is a beautiful pink shade. I'm just going to pop that on the cheekbones. Sort of matches in with the pink splotches we've got all over our face. Okie dokie. Let's do the lower lash line. We're going to go back in with this little Made by Mitchell ME18. And we're going to take Tragic Love again, which is the red. I'm just going to run that under the lower lash line. Looks beautiful. And then we're going to take a little bit of Watch Your Mouth. And I'm just going to use a little brush. This is just a Laura Fate angled brush. It's the E31. And we're just going to pack a bit of that onto the inner corner. As always, going to bring that to meet the lower lash shadow. Because if you're a regular, you'll know I love doing that. I like to connect my inner corner with the lower lash line. Just doing the same on the other eye. Let's light up a bit more, why not? You'd never have too many sparkles, right? I just feel like the joining up of the two kind of makes the inner corner really, really pop. Do I want to do some lashes? I have pulled out just the Dose of Lashes ones that I've been wearing, because to be honest, oh my god, my t-shirt is covered in that MAC spray. To be honest, I don't really have lashes that I don't use. Let me find some glue. Okay, so we're just going to stick these on, then I will be back. Fully just trapped my eyelid skin. Oh, with the eyelash curlers. Oh, they went on really nicely first time. Blood and sand. Right. I'm just going to pop a bit of the P. Louise. This is the Don't Sleep on Me Lip Sleeping Mask. This is the, I was going to say the shade, the flavour. Passion Fruit Martini. I did pop a little bit of the Go Big or Go Home mascara from KVD on my top lashes before I put my lashes on. I'm just going to do my bottom lashes. I do find this one flakes a little bit, but not as bad as some of the mascaras I've used. If you are a regular, you will know I'm constantly complaining about my watery eyes and how mascara always ends up down my face. So this is one of the better ones that's not waterproof, but still not my favourite. But I thought I'd pull it out today because I'm always using Lancome Hypnos. And I bet you guys are probably sick of seeing it. And to be honest, it's the only other mascara I've got open apart from coloured ones. I have got an orange mascara here from Glisten. I feel like would look really, really cool with this look, but it's definitely cheating because I definitely used it like 3 days ago. Right, okay. I've bought a mirage of lips. So we've got the Bobbi Brown Crush Lip Colour in Lychee Baby. I've got, no, that's not, I didn't need that one. I've got NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Istanbul. It's definitely too pink, that's a no. We've got Jason Wu Biscotti. I love these Jason Wu lipsticks. That could be a contender. I feel like Lychee Baby might be too light as well. Also pulled out another 4. So this is YSL Rouge Lip Shine in 47. No, I think that's too pink. We've got Chanel 347. This one is like a bright colour. No, not that one. We've got Blush Pop from Clinique. Again, I think this is going to be too pink. Yeah. And then last but not least, I did pull out, no, that's Stone. I'm sure I pulled out Rebel, but we're not going to do Rebel. Did also pull out the gloss from last year from Fenty, Fuchsia Flex. And I'm thinking maybe pulled out some lip liners as well, of course. We've got L'Oreal Colourfix in Beige Nude, Illamasqua Woo, which used to be one of my favourites, but I think it's going to be too pink. GVA's Lux Liner in Love Me, and Dominique Cosmetics Liner in Crush. I feel like, I think I'm going to do, or we're going to try, we're going to do Juvia's Place Love Me and Fuchsia Flex, I think. Just going to blot my lip balm down with the back of my hand. I really like these Juvia's liners. I actually don't know why I don't pull them out more. I think it's just because I have a few lip liners that I just constantly stick to. Unless I'm doing something brighter, I tend to stick to the same kind of nudes. Or the same nudes. But this one is really pretty. We're just going to top it with Fuchsia Flex, which feels like the perfect way to bring some berry in. Okay, I don't hate that. I think that's really cool. Okay, so that is my autumnal face of products that I haven't reached for in a while. I really do hope you did enjoy this. If any of these products are things you enjoy, let me know. If they're things you've got in your collection you want to pull out, let me know. If you've ever tried Lois Cosmetics, again, let me know. If you did make it to the end, you are a star. I hope you did enjoy this. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me, hit subscribe. And if you want to make sure you never miss another video, hit the bell icon and YouTube will notify you every time I post. You've been fabulous. I've been Colour the Ball, and I'll see you next time. Bye.